Hi everybody, good to see you again. I'm going to apologize before I start because I'm recording this video during my daughter's orchestra class in the next bedroom, so you might hear some lovely violin Christmas music as we go through this one. So this will be short and sweet. I just want to review a couple of things about writing from last week and then talk about coming down the finish line. So let's get started. First of all, as we looked at last week's writing sample from student A, you guys had a lot of good things to say about this student. First of all, we do see an attempt from this student to transfer his or her Spanish phonetic awareness or knowledge in Spanish to their English writing. So that's definitely a good thing. The author of our textbook talked about this being what we call negative transfer, and that sounds like a bad thing, but it actually can be a good thing in this sense, because we do see that the student has been to school in Spanish and definitely has some knowledge of Spanish writing and Spanish oral language, and we see an attempt to transfer that to English. That's a good thing because as their English teachers, we have an opportunity to help that student along in learning to transfer those pieces of knowledge into English writing. So the author talks on page 237 about what translingual practice is, and so what this student is doing is basically a type of translanguaging in writing, and so they're drawing on their linguistic resources from both languages, what they know in English and what they know in Spanish, and they're putting them together into their writing, and that's really actually an exciting process. And so in the past, it actually, long ago before the research came out on this type of writing, teachers used to try to channel these students into special education. They saw this as a really negative thing, and now we know that this is actually part of that process of learning English. And so we just, as teachers, need to recognize that as part of the stage of learning and learn how to help them along in that process. And so culturally, we get a glimpse of this student's family processes. And so I loved what you guys had to say about the pulga, that going to that flea market and learning about the student's family and the closeness of this family and how we can use these things as we teach the student to learn to write. And so learning to use these family and culturalisms in a holistic way as we create effective writing lessons for our emergent bilingual students. And yes, this is an emergent bilingual student. Remember that emergent bilingual students are students who are learning two languages. And so they could be anywhere along in that process, right? In that kind of line of process. They could be a very beginner student. They could be further along like student B is, but this is an emergent bilingual student because he or she is learning two languages, right? So great job on that discussion board last week. I want to talk a little bit about looking ahead. We have 3 weeks left of the course. You guys are almost there, so hang on. Finish well, finish strong. Basically what we have left, aside from a couple of discussion boards and a couple more things to do, we have that big SLP project. And so I want to just encourage you, let me kind of look ahead here in our syllabus. We've got weeks 13, 14, and 15 left. So we do have a couple of videos left to watch. I think you'll really enjoy what we have to do this week. We do have a couple of scenario solutions left, but just kind of keep your eye ahead, your eye on the prize, right, of what we have left to do and when that SLP is due. I do want to encourage you, if you have not used it before, UTEP does have a University Writing Center, and so if that final reflective essay seems daunting or difficult for you, I do want to encourage you to check this out. Obviously, in normal times, this is something you would go to in person. Right now, it is online, but it's something that you should check out because it's a place that you can take your writing to, and I think that I have navigated away from the good part of the site, but this is something you should look up. And so I have the link for it here on this video, so take a minute to look into it. It's a place that you can turn in your essay at any time. That website is open 24/7. There are tutors there. It's free for you as students. There are writing tutors there that will look through your work and help you with organization. They'll help you with editing and revising. It's not something to feel bad about. People who are in the master's programs and doctoral programs use it also, so it's not something that you should feel ashamed of using as a writer, and you really should take advantage of it. It's a really great opportunity. So anywhere that you are along in that essay, they'll take a look at it for you, even if you're in the beginning stages and you're trying to figure out how to organize your writing. Make sure that you take advantage of that. So don't forget that there are some resources hanging in Blackboard that will help you to organize that essay. It is outlined for you there in the way that we would like for you to look at that. So make sure that you take a look at that, and everything that you need is hanging there. If you have questions, please contact me soon Don't wait until a couple of days before that project is due because it's a rather large final project and it is an individual project, it's not a group project. So make sure that you take a look at those things sooner than later, okay? I hope everybody's doing well and stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon.